Hello everybody. The chapter which we are doing is chapter calorimetry of class 10 physics. And the topic which we are discussing in this chapter is heat capacity, specific heat capacity and its measurement. The objectives of our today's topic are natural phenomena and consequences of high specific heat capacity of water, and some examples of high and low heat capacity, that is high and low thermal capacity. So let's start with the topic natural phenomena and consequences of high specific heat capacity of water. Before that, we should know some properties of water. Water has a very high specific heat capacity of 4200 joule kg inverse Kelvin inverse. This means 1 kg of water for 1 degree Celsius increase in its temperature absorbs 4200 joule of heat from the surroundings to make the surroundings cooler. This can be explained in other terms also, like water has a very high specific heat capacity of 4200 joule kg inverse Kelvin inverse. This means 1 kg of water for 1 degree Celsius decrease in its temperature releases 4200 joule of heat to the surroundings to make the surroundings warmer. As 4200 joule is a large amount of heat, so water takes a lot of time to get heated up or to get cooled down. Because of this property of water, it is responsible for so many natural phenomena and consequences. Let us discuss the first one. It's the climate near the seashore is moderate always. The climate near the seashore is moderate because of sea breeze and land breeze. As we know, the specific heat capacity of water is very high. It is about 5 times as high as that of sand. Hence, the heat energy required for the same rise in temperature by a certain mass of water will be nearly 5 times more than that required by the same mass of the sand. So we can say that sand gets heated or cooled more rapidly as compared to water under the similar conditions. Thus, near the seashore, there becomes a large difference in temperature between the land and the sea, due to which convection air currents like this. The cold air blows from land towards the sea during night, and during the day, cold air blows from sea towards the land. These breezes make the climate near the seashore moderate. The next natural phenomena is hot or cold fermentation. We use water for hot or cold fermentation because water does not cool quickly due to its high specific heat capacity. So a hot water bottle provides more heat energy for fermentation over a longer period. The next example is water is used as an effective coolant. By allowing the water to flow in pipes around the heated parts of a machine, heat energy from such parts is removed. Water in pipes can extract more heat from the surroundings without much rise in its temperature because of its high specific heat capacity. This is why radiators in car and generator use water for cooling. The next example is farmers fill their fields with water to protect the crops from frost. On a cold winter night, if the atmospheric temperature falls below 0 degrees Celsius, water in the fine capillaries of the plants will freeze, so the veins will burst due to the increase in volume of water on freezing. As a result, plants will die and the crop will get destroyed. In order to save the crop on such cold nights, farmers fill their crops with water because water has a high specific heat capacity. So it does not allow the temperature in the surrounding area of the plants to fall up to 0 degrees Celsius. Next, we have some examples of high and low heat capacity, that is thermal capacity. The examples are the base of a cooking pan. Here we have some cooking utensils. Their bases are thick. The base of a cooking pan is made thick. And the second example is the base of an electric press, that is electric iron, is made thick and heavy. This is done to increase the thermal capacity of the utensil as well as of the press. By making the base of a cooking pan thick, its heat capacity becomes large, due to which it gets heated slowly and imparts sufficient heat at slow rate to the food for its proper cooking. And after cooking, it keeps the food warm for a long time. In case of electric iron, by making its base thick, the heat capacity of the base increases, it becomes large, and it remains hot for a long duration even after the current is switched off. So that's all about our today's topic. Please read and revise the discussed topics. Thank you so much.